Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a video for you which is going to be my Doctor Who Christmas Special 2017 review and Peter Capaldi's final outing as the Doctor, Twice Upon a Time. So let's get right into this. Now, right off the bat, I thought this episode was great. I've seen a lot of people unhappy with this story, but I really don't see why. The plot is different and quite compelling. The story carries on directly from where the Doctor Falls ended, as we see the Doctor meet up with David Bradley's first Doctor. The scenery was stunning for this episode, especially at the start where they had the snow around and the whole surroundings was really convincing and it was so Christmassy. I really loved it. After the Doctors meet up, a figure emerges from the distance, and it turns out to be a war captain. Mark Gatiss did a superb job with the captain, and he was really convincing. In all his mannerisms, he looked like he could be an actual war captain. We're also presented with a scene of the captain and a German soldier pointing guns at each other in a ditch. But then time freezes, and he just happens to stumble across the Doctors. And I loved the comedic scenes between the two Doctors in this story. I thought they were really great, and they really suited the actors well. Then we had a great scene, it was the Children in Need clip actually, when the Doctor takes the first Doctor and the Captain into his TARDIS, and David Bradley's reaction was just priceless. I thought that David Bradley was brilliant as the first Doctor, and he suited the role perfectly. Ever since I saw him at the end of The Doctor Falls, I knew he'd be great, just like he was in An Adventure in Space and Time. We're then whisked off into a mysterious building. It's at this point that Bill returns. The Doctor obviously is apprehensive when talking to her because he's completely stunned and doesn't believe that she's real. Now we get onto the villains of this episode, and of course the main focus of the episode wasn't at all on the villains. I thought they were a nice idea, but I didn't think they were used that much, but you can't blame them because that's not the whole point of the episode. One of my favourite parts of the story was when we got to see the classic TARDIS interior once again. Although it was slightly different and they couldn't recreate it exactly, it was just so nice and it really felt like they'd put a lot of effort into it. When we really get into the full substance of the story, there's some very nice and touching scenes of the Doctors coming to terms with regeneration. I thought Bill was great in this episode. Pearl Mackie has been brilliant all series and it's really ended her run nicely. And I thought it was, Stephen Moffat didn't destroy it. I thought it was quite a nice way to bring her back. I thought it was executed quite well and it wasn't some random excuse to have her in there. The Doctor meets Rusty the Dalek again, and that was a nice scene just to tie up all the loose ends. But I think the scene that stole the show was at the ending, where the Doctors separate and we have the Christmas Day truce. The Doctors were just standing there, and they didn't even have to do anything. They just stood there and watched all the events unfold. It felt really good when you were watching it, just seeing that the Doctors didn't have to do anything for once. It was just so nice. Then the Doctors separate, and that was a really nice scene as well. David Bradley knew it was his time. The first Doctor knew it was time to go. The way they handled that scene was just perfect. Another beautiful scene follows with the Doctor, Bill and Nardole all speaking to each other and having a nice chat. Of course they aren't real, but it's just so nice anyway. Then we have the finale as the Doctor enters the TARDIS having said his goodbyes. I thought Peter Capaldi in this episode was absolutely fantastic, as he has always been. He's just such an amazing actor. The direction in this scene when he's having his speech in the TARDIS is just perfect from Rachel Talalay, and Peter is of course stunning. Peter's his speech and then talks to his future self. Then finally, Peter says a few words and then he lets the regeneration take him. The regeneration looked incredible and definitely did justice for what Capaldi has brought to the show. The moment then arrived, Jodie Whittaker emerges and her first scene was great. She sees herself and is so happy. I'm really looking forward to her being the Doctor in Series 11. I was a bit apprehensive at first, as you guys know if you saw my reaction to her being cast, but I'm so excited now. She's such a great actor, and I know she's going to be fantastic as the Doctor. To close the story, Jodie is flung out of the TARDIS down to Earth below, just like the 11th hour. Overall, I thought this story was superb, and what a way to end not just one era, but multiple eras. It was the end of the Stephen Moffat era, end of Capaldi's era, and a brand new era for the show as Chris Chibnall takes over, and we have a female Doctor. It really feels like Series 11 could be like Series 5 again. A complete refresh of the show. So in terms of rating, I thought this story was absolutely fantastic. I would give it a solid 9 out of 10. So I'd just like to take this time at the end to thank Peter Capaldi for all he's done for the show. He's been absolutely incredible as the Doctor. It'll be really sad to see him go. What made him an amazing Doctor was that he is a Doctor Who fan. He knows the show inside out, and he's really enthusiastic in his role. I think he was the perfect fit for the 12th Doctor, and I will really miss him. Thank you, Peter. You've been phenomenal. So, yeah guys, that's about it for my Twice Upon a Time review. Leave your thoughts on the episode down in the comments below. And that's the end of the Series 10 reviews. I really hope you guys have enjoyed them. I certainly have. I've loved making them. And it's 2018 now. I've got lots of plans for the channel, which you'll hopefully enjoy. So yeah, the series reviews will of course be continuing. And I've got some new series ideas and plans for you guys. I'm going to keep my cards close to my chest just now, so it's going to be a surprise for all of you. So yeah guys, I really hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to support it with a like. Subscribe below if you haven't already. See you guys next time.